got some bad news to cover today that is affiliated with Crunchyroll, and also Please Put Them On, as you can see on screen here. If you zoom in on the left and you look at this right here, you will see that the next episode, or the latest episode of Please Put Them On, has been delayed until next week on April 22nd, 2025. At first glance, this might not seem like too big of a deal. Episode delays and hiatus and stuff are pretty typical. Usually it might hint at production issues, or it might be a holiday. Who really knows? However, for those that are out of the loop and don't know what's going on, I will give some clarification. For one, the episode that was delayed, aka episode 3, has already aired in Japan. For instance, if you go out of your way to probably watch the episode or series in other ways besides using Crunchyroll, you will easily find it. However, when it comes to official sources, aka Crunchyroll, there is no legal way to currently watch episode 3, which is very suspicious because to this very point, Crunchyroll hasn't given any reason or actual information on why the delay happened. It could be speculation, that it could be maybe some form of translation issue, or something else more nefarious behind the scenes, which I will cover in a second, which is the main subject of discussion for this video. However, this announcement happened 2 days ago, aka on Wednesday of this week, and people have been wondering, okay, when's the episode going to come out? And as you can see, officially, it's supposed to come out next week, which is odd. Like I said, the episode is out in Japan. There's a lot of people currently making articles about it, talking about what's going on here, or what Crunchyroll is potentially doing, why this has happened to begin with. There's a lot of conversation around it, as you can see. And there's even an email that apparently Crunchyroll sent out to someone that kind of gives information on what exactly is happening here. So let's read this first before we go any further, and then we'll get into the main topic of the video. So basically, someone emailed Crunchyroll about the delay of Please Put Them On, and this is what they finally responded with literally yesterday. Hi Tony, thanks a bunch for reaching out. I totally get where you're coming from when a highly anticipated episode gets delayed. It's natural to have questions, especially with a series like Please Put Them On. To clarify, Crunchyroll doesn't censor or alter the content we stream. We aim to present shows just as they're broadcasted on Japanese TV. In some cases, this means this version we receive may be the one originally aired on television, which can sometimes differ slightly from later home releases. As for episodes 3 through 12, aka the episode that was delayed this past week, while we don't have specific confirmation on whether they will follow the same format as earlier episodes, I've gone ahead and shared your feedback and interest with the relevant team. Your voice as a fan really does matter to us, and we want to make sure you get the best possible viewing experience. Thanks again for being a part of the Crunchyroll community. If you have any more questions or just want to talk anime, we're always here. Wishing you an awesome rest of your week. Ryu, Customer Service Team, Crunchyroll. So this picture is an email apparently from Crunchyroll themselves. I don't know if this is complete 100% true email or not, but usually this kind of does line up with what Crunchyroll would say, especially with them trying to say that they don't censor content. More or less, they just air the stuff that's broadcast on TV. This sounds like a very typical Crunchyroll response, which I am surprised Crunchyroll even responded. Typically, they remain silent. But let's get into the main topic of what this means. So, ever since the episode was delayed this past Wednesday, there's been a lot of conversation that Crunchyroll is about to censor Please Put Them On with the upcoming episodes. And this is very reminiscent of a previous time period from a few years back that some of you might remember, some of you might not, but I'm talking about the anime series Interspecies Reviewers. If you know, you know. Basically, Interspecies Reviewers was an anime that Funimation picked up, and you're probably wondering, okay, Funimation, Crunchyroll, two different companies. Not really. As we know, Funimation was merged into Crunchyroll. But basically, Interspecies Reviewers was picked up. It was getting an English dub. It was getting a translation. It was pretty much fully uncensored. It was wild stuff. It really took the internet by storm. Nuxtaku made a video on it. It became the #1 anime on my anime list, and it brought into question the whole site and all sorts of stuff like that. But the point of the matter is that Interspecies Reviewers became a very big talking point and controversial, which also caused Funimation to become aware of it, and then they swiftly removed the series from their site. They no longer were willing to allow the series to release officially on their site anymore because of the content that it was covering, which brought into more conversation or controversy for Funimation that they actively pick up anime, and they don't even actually cross-check what they're picking up. They just grab as many licenses as they can to be able to kind of I guess, starve their competitors, aka at the time, to starve, let's say, Crunchyroll or starve High Dive. You get the point. Funimation basically exposed themselves that they were just picking up series, not really knowing what content it was, not doing any research, just picking them up for they can make as much money as possible. It showcased this disconnect with the community, and obviously it met with a lot of backlash. People did not like what Funimation did. I made many videos on it. Other anime content creators did. It was a big talking point. But anyways, why this is similar to the current situation, or why there is fears that it might be similar to the current situation, is because Takamine has become a big talking point as of late. There has been a lot of posts, not just, let's say, on Twitter, but just online in general, with the conversation of Crunchyroll allowing content like that on their platform, even though they do have other series that are kind of explicit as well on their platform already. So I don't know why, Please Put Them On is being singled out when you have, like, for instance, Yosuga no Sora still on Crunchyroll. Please don't take that down, Crunchyroll. Please, it's a good series. But what I'm trying to say is that with the unexpected delay, even though the episode's already aired in Japan, it implies that Crunchyroll going forward is going to start releasing, as you can see here on screen, a less censored but not a completely uncensored version. For instance, what we've been seeing for the first 2 episodes that's been on Crunchyroll has been basically the uncensored version of Please Put Them On. However, it seems like episode 3, with the way the broadcasting is lined up with this post, kind of mentioning it, it's being lined up with the release of the less censored version, but the version that is coming out, or would be potentially on Crunchyroll, will be basically these chibi versions of characters put over parts to censor said moments. So it would be less censored. You wouldn't have like these solid mist or rays of white light, but it still would be theoretically censored. So it seems like Crunchyroll is kind of backing away from the uncensored version and potentially going to be having a new format for the show, which I think is just honestly crazy. It's damage control, and I don't know why they would do it, because it's like they already have a warning label on it, literally saying it's 18 plus right here. As you can clearly see, it literally says that the content has, like, warnings right here on it. You can see the conversation about it here. So it's not like Crunchyroll doesn't tell you. So the fact that this is happening feels like Crunchyroll more or less just pulling a Funimation when it comes to Interspecies Reviewers, but not going as far as to completely remove it. So I think that this is just really bad. This is bad stuff for them to do if they really are going through with it. I hope that this is just being overblown and it's just maybe some form of translation issue. Maybe they weren't able to translate in time or something. Hopefully it's something like that. But it's appearing that Crunchyroll is going to be censoring, Please Put Them On going forward, which is bad, because I literally praised them like 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, saying, good job, Crunchyroll, you took a massive win. I mean, I made a video on it, a lot of people were happy, and a lot of people started the series because of it. And the fact that they are potentially going to air a lesser version is not good. I'm just going to be completely blunt. It basically makes the entire situation that they've been doing null and void. Like, any win they got this past month is just gone now. Because if they really do go out of their way and they censor the said content and they straight up, like, air a lesser version, there's no point in watching it on Crunchyroll anymore. It's like, just go the other way. Like, this gets back into the issue, a service issue and all that. And it's like, Crunchyroll, you're getting some goodwill back. Like, as much as they probably want to protect their brand image, like, oh, we don't want to, be seen as airing stuff like this. But it's like, you have series on your platform that is very similar to this, okay? It's because it's a new series is why you're probably taking action on it. And it's just, I don't like this double standards. I don't like how they are. It's very hypocritical. And if that really is the case, it's just not good, man. Once again, there is no confirmation at this moment that is going to happen, but it is appearing very likely. There's about an 80% chance that is exactly what's going to happen. There is going to be a censored version that Crunchyroll is going to start using, and it all lines up with the dates right now, but we will see. We shall see. Once Wednesday rolls around this upcoming week, I'll probably make a separate video discussing it, but I guess I will leave it at that for the time, at this moment, because right now it's just speculation and theory crafting. But please, Crunchyroll, don't go back and taking L's over and over again. You're kind of getting a little bit of goodwill this month. Don't do this. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. May all of you have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And with that, Chibi out.